Hello, good evening, even though it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. I've been up all night cleaning. I have a lot of things on my mind. And I just really want to, well, it's actually two story times that I want to give. Not actually a story time. It's a story time / a confession, but it's something that I want to do a video about. My boo thing, like, but I don't think I'm ready to give that video right now because it's complicated. Um, I don't know. It's just a lot. I'm going to talk about all the beauty schools that I've been to. These unprofessional, ghetto, fabulous ass beauty schools that I've been to in Houston, Texas. Out of all the beauty schools that I've attended, one of them in particular, I was shocked to just find out how ghetto fabulous this beauty school was. And I used to almost break my neck, jumping on 3 to 4 buses to get to this beauty school when I was staying on the north side of Houston. And that was Remington College. Remington College. You know, at Remington College is something like they have several activities you can choose from. Now, I also took up dental assisting at Remington College, which was a mistake because that dental assisting class was so boring. It was hard for me to stay woke. I used to ask the teacher, could I go to the bathroom? Made up something like I was hot and I was about to pass out. But honestly, I had a hard time staying woke inside of that dental assisting class. I couldn't do it. And that's like, I attended the dental assisting class for a month. I was supposed to be there for like 6 months, but I couldn't take it anymore. After a month was up, I just quit and I went back. I took up cosmetology at Remington College twice. That's how much I love cosmetology and everything about hair. A little bit about nails and facials, and nails and facials is not my thing. I'm all about the hair. But yeah, so that's Remington College was a beauty school that was advertised on TV a lot. And I used to always watch this commercial. But it just really shocked me when I got there. My experiences, being in the classroom, in the beauty school classroom with girls who are much younger than me. A lot of them had an attitude. Some of them will come where I'm at, and just because I didn't have a mannequin then, they didn't have a mannequin, and then the teacher said that we can just get the mannequins that was hers and use them. But this girl came to my desk and just took the mannequin off my desk without asking me. Then there was another young chick that was like had an attitude with me all the time. I actually wanted to fade with her because I didn't understand why. She just had a nasty attitude. She even had an attitude with the teacher. But I didn't know what was that girl problem, whether her best friend was sleeping with her man or something, but she came to beauty school all the time with a fucking attitude, and it just like, don't nobody cares about your problems, your personal problems, whatever you go through. Don't come to beauty school taking it out on everybody. But I'm gonna say the very first beauty school that I went to was in Houston, Texas, in the area called Fifth Ward. And I'm telling you, I went through a lot at that beauty school, from teachers who was there teaching, who one teacher in particular had a problem with me, and I had to go report her to the dean or whatever. And it's like she just, ever since then, she had been used to try to do stuff to get back at me. She would talk about me to the other students, the students who actually liked her. But like, this woman was 49 years old and miserable. And she's jet black as she was just dark as hell and just dark and evil. Like, I didn't understand what her problem was with me. She always used to talk crazy to me. I talked crazy to her a couple of times back. And so then came time when I almost was in a fight with this younger girl. Okay. At the time I was 29. That girl was 19. But she stepped to me like I was supposed to be scared of her. And this girl who was walking with me at the time that she approached me got scared and left school just because me and the girl got into it. I go to class after me and the girl had the argument. The next thing I know, another student from another class of the beauty school came and said that I had to go to the dean's office. The person that was over the beauty school was this Mexican chick. This Mexican old lady. Apparently, I was in trouble because I cursed the girl out. The girl got in my face, and she went back and told the lady that I was belligerent and that I was in her face doing this, which was a lie. All I did was stand up for myself. Now, I could have did more because I wanted to swing on her because, like, I was already kind of going through things, and it was a teacher there that I was not getting along with at this beauty school. So then this girl who liked the teacher and who was upset at me based off what the teacher was saying about me decided to like approach me like she thought I was going to be scared of her, and I showed her that I wasn't scared of her. But she made it seem like she went back and like acted like the police. Went back and told on me. And I was in trouble and I had to come to the office. Big and grown as I was. Because her 19-year-old immature stupid ass said that I was belligerent. I scared her. I cussed her out. And I did this in her face, which was a lie. And even the girl that I was walking with, who was supposed to be my friend at the time, That girl was on all kinds of drugs. She had the audacity where she had got her stuff out of the locker the same day, and she clocked out and went home. I didn't understand what was her problem. I got mad at her too. Then she gonna tell me the next day, well, I called up there and I vouched for you and I told them that the girl got in your face first, which was the truth. But at the same time, why you had to leave me? Like, I used to have break time, take breaks with the bitch every day at the beauty school, and she gonna clock out and leave just because she thought me and the other girl was gonna fight. And a lot of people people have always tried me ever since I was in high school, middle school, and in beauty school. Just because I'm quiet, they want to step to me and try to buck up to me like I was supposed to be scared of them. I'm not. I was not. But yeah, so it's like every time that I enrolled in these beauty schools, to me, that's the place of business. You're supposed to be professional in a place like that because real people, not a fucking doll, not a mannequin, real clients come to that beauty school and they want their hair done. But people just used to show their ass, used to get into it with the clients, used to get into it with the other students. It was just so ghetto fabulous. A lot of times I went home in tears, especially when this teacher was harassing me at the beauty school. I used to go home in tears because I was upset because I liked being there at the beauty school, but then I was having problems, and it's like I didn't want to quit. Because usually when stuff get too hard for me in my life, that's something that I would quit or whatever. But I didn't want to quit the beauty school, so a lot of times I used to go home in tears. But over the years, because I stayed at that beauty school like 3 years, I learned to be strong, and I stopped going home in tears, and I started standing up to people. After that teacher was fired from that beauty school, who was always getting into it with me, I learned to stand up for myself, and I learned to just let people know you're not finna handle me. I'm not no simp. I'm not soft. You're not gonna handle me like that. But it's like all the time everybody had an attitude. Especially the students, my classmates, talking about people. Oh, that old funny looking bitch. Her tracks showing. She come to this beauty school every day dressed sloppy with her boyfriend's shoes on. They just used to be roasting people, talking about people, and like this was Houston, Texas. I mean, this was Fifth Ward, and people in the county of Fifth Ward in Houston, Texas, they are like that. But it's like, at the same time, this is a beauty school. Whatever problems you have, you jealous of somebody or whatever nasty attitude that you have, you're not supposed to come to a beauty school like that. You know, I used to always carry myself to the point where I was quiet and I didn't really say anything to anybody unless somebody said something to me. Then that's when I show my other side. And then I had this man teacher at the beauty school. I had 2 male teachers besides the woman male teacher who I didn't get along with. But one male teacher in particular, And I'm quite sure he's deceased now, but that dude was crazy as hell. He was like 50 years old, but he was always telling me that I was mean-spirited, telling me when people could walk, when my classmates first come to school and I see them walk in the door, I need to start being more courteous and smiling and speaking to them. And then I told him, Mr. Wilford, you always telling me, you always pulling me to the side, telling me that I need to be more nice, that I need to start speaking to people, but you never tell these people why they don't never speak to me. And I told him, I'm nice to a certain extent, but it's like, why do you feel the need to always pull me to the side and tell me that I need to be more nicer? He's like, because I see it in you. You have potential. And I know that you could be better in everything. You don't need to act like everybody else around here act. And I see the way other people act. And I see some of them don't speak to you, but I'm trying to tell you, you could be the bigger person. I'm like, sometimes it sucks being the bigger person. Sometimes it sucks speaking to people first who never speaks to me. Then I had this other beauty school teacher from Louisiana. He was from Lafayette, Louisiana. He was light skinned and he was a little bit heavy set, but this teacher was always flirting with me. He would be flirting with other students, and he was like do two-faced things, even though I liked him. And I'll never forget him ever. His name was Mr. Young. I'm quite sure he's deceased now too. But he would sometimes I would come to beauty school, I would be tired as hell. And one day he called me dozing off. He gonna make me stand up in front of the whole class and tell him what are the steps to doing a 9-part section on a mannequin. But this one girl who I got into an argument with at the beauty school, she not only dozed off, she actually went to sleep in class. And he didn't say anything to her. After theory class was over with, then this big bitch gonna jump up and get ready. Like, that was so long ago. That was in 2005, but I was so mad at the fact that he didn't confront her the way he confronted me about going to sleep in theory class. Like, is you serious? Bitch took a whole fucking nap for an hour. Then I was so mad, me and her was walking down the steps to go to the salon part of the beauty school, and I said, you wasn't feeling good. That's why I said it like that. You wasn't feeling good. That's why you were sleeping. And she was like, yeah, I have stomach problems. So that's why I was sleeping, because my stomach was hurting. I said to myself, I really don't give a fuck, because you was not supposed to be sleeping during theory class. I couldn't go to sleep. I almost dozed off, and I get called out to stand up and say some shit, and then you get a pass. Like, that made me so fucking mad to this day when I think about it. And then the shit I went through when this one dude, who was the only dude besides this Mexican dude who was gay, but this dude was straight. And he had a girlfriend, but he was at the beauty school trying to get with me and every female there. He gave me a couple of rides home, and he made a bunch of passes at me. I ain't gonna lie, I liked him too. I did. I thought he was very handsome, but he had kind of like fucking feminine ways, because like in front of everybody he would switch up on me and he would like be talking crazy to me. But then when I'm in a car with him and he giving me a ride, he's trying to kiss me. He's rubbing on my leg and just doing the most. And I'm like, you never show this part of yourself when we're in front of everybody at the beauty school. So like, because I expect you not to go back and tell what go on between me and you. He was like, I would respect you a lot more if you wouldn't tell it. I'm like, the only reason why you don't want me to tell everybody that we go to the beauty school with that you feeling me and you like me and you be putting the moves on me is because you don't want them girls mad at you. Because like, I don't know. To this day, I still be kind of looking for him on Facebook. And I mean, the last time I saw him on Facebook was back in 2008. But now I don't know where that nigga is, but he was two-faced to this fuck. The only dude at the beauty school trying to get with everybody. Trying to smash everybody, including me. But yeah, like, I've had some crazy fucking experiences. The beauty school in 5th Ward, an area called Greenspoint, that was Remington College, another beauty school, and then this African beauty school I went to, and then another beauty school. So I've been to 5 beauty schools. And the only thing that I could say about the African beauty school, there wasn't no beauty school at all. That lady was trying to get me and other girls who was at the beauty school to help her braid people hair. That's like, she had me doing some paperwork, and she told me that she was gonna time me, and she had me to do a worksheet, and it was asking me questions on how to put a relaxer on someone's head and everything. And then she's like, don't cheat, I see you with your phone. When she said that, I was already unhappy at that beauty school because it was an African beauty school. But when she said that, the following next week, when Monday came, I didn't show up anymore. Because if you don't tell me not to cheat and you see me with my phone, it's like, she only had 2 students. It was me and another girl. So, and that was not no goddamn beauty school. It really wasn't. I just been through a lot, but the beauty school that I went to in the gutter part of Houston, Texas, in 5th Ward, Houston training schools, like, got into it with a teacher, and then I almost got into a fight, and then everybody always had a nasty ass attitude. Like, that was the most fucking unprofessional, raggedy, filthy, dirty beauty school I ever attended. That was the first beauty school that I went to. But I will never, ever forget it. And I will never, ever forget some of the people that I met there. And there was this Pakistan girl who was me and her were supposed to have been friends. But she was already like 32. She was married, but the dude who was at the beauty school, who was always trying to get with me and get with every other girl, she was always in his face. It's like, I told her one time, I'm like, For you to be a married woman, you sure be in his face a lot. And she's like, well, if I do cheat on my husband, he will never find out because I know how to do stuff and don't get found out. I'm like, that's just a cautionary tale of an undercover hoe. But that's what I said to myself, but okay. But I'm about to end this video. I hope you all enjoyed the content and the stories that I gave. A very true story. And until then, y'all stay blessed.